Who can? Marathon runner Michelle Ross-Cope from Waterhay is in the final few weeks of preparation for the European Athletics Championships in Barcelona. As part of the Great Britain marathon team, it's going to be her first major championship race, and she's looking in good form as well. She won the women's title at this year's Potters Half Marathon, doing it in record time. And on top of all that, she's a mum of 3, so she's got to juggle the strict training regime that she has with the rigours of raising kids. Michelle is flying out to Barcelona next week, so we thought what better way to prepare for the biggest challenge of her career than to put BBC Radio Stokes reporter Dan Tierney through his paces. Just before we cross, obviously we've got to do this right. You can't just hand over to you, Dan. You've got to do all the music and everything. Good morning.
Morning, Pete. There's no better way to make you feel unfit than spending the morning with a toned professional athlete in the peak of physical fitness. So now you know how Michelle Ross-Cope feels. If only that were true. Let's stop running now, actually. I'm at Westport Lake near Burslem in Stoke-on-Trent, and I reckon it's about half a mile around the lake, a popular circuit for everyone from the casual jogger to the marathon winner. Now, most of us would normally just be getting around to eating our breakfast at this time of the morning, but Michelle Ross-Cope's already finished her training session, and I'm just joining her for a warm down, really. Now, believe it or not, Michelle, this is where I run too. I run along the canal, do a loop around the lake and back along the canal again. But I imagine a normal training session for you involves rather more.
Yes, it does, yeah. Out early, a lot more miles, and this course is pretty flat, really, so in Stoke-on-Trent you don't tend to get that, so yeah, nice flat course around here.
So what sort of time do you get up and how many miles do you do?
5:30 get up, and anything from sort of 7 miles up to 23 on a Sunday.
My goodness, now I'm usually a mess when I get back home, and anyone who knows Bolton Street in Port Hill will know why. Can you give me a few tips to building my stamina, my endurance and my technique?
Just more miles, really. Get out there, do the miles, and plenty of hills around Stoke.
And you've just come back from altitude training, so from the hills of Stoke to the hills of the mountains of the Pyrenees in southern France. What was that like?
Oh, it's amazing, absolutely beautiful views, lovely trails, and yeah, we were just trying to run flat wherever, which was impossible, really. So yeah, lack of air and plenty of hills. And
Barcelona will be your first major marathon. What are you hoping to achieve from it?
I'd love to get a PB. I've been in PB shape all year, so...
Sorry, what's a PB?
Personal best.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, best time, so hopefully, I'd like to, but obviously the heat's going to be the major factor out there.
And 2012 is on the horizon for a lot of athletes. Are you thinking that way too?
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, the qualifying for the marathon starts this year in October, so hopefully I can get a quick marathon and hopefully get a selection for the 2012 Olympics.
And the marathon in Barcelona takes place on a very special day for your family too, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's my youngest daughter, Francesca's 7th birthday.
So when you finish the race, are you going to go out to celebrate?
Yeah, I think, me and all the girls and, family will be there to support her, so, hopefully, yeah.
Well, Michelle, thank you so much for speaking to BBC Radio Stoke. Best of luck out in Barcelona. Pete, she flies out on Thursday, and it's kind of got me inspired, so I think I'm going to carry on around the lake, and I might even end up in Kidsgrove.